On the 3 Ambient microphones that we've installed, you can see there's one on the right, one in the center, and one on the left. These 3 microphones provide us with congregational miking, which is always tricky because of feedback issues. When you have an extremely powerful microphone turned up really hot, you're going to get feedback in the house. Now, these microphones are different. These were just released. Shure just came out with these microphones last year. You can see they're a little bit longer than a conventional hanging microphone, the Element is. That's because these are actually mini shotguns, is what it's called. It has an MS suffix on the model number for mini shotgun. What it does is it actually cancels out any audio that it hears on each side and behind. And it gives it extremely powerful front end pickup pattern, but really good rejection of the speakers and things like that. So it gets a lot more volume before feedback. Now, you still will get feedback from them if you push them too hard, but it's drastically improved that problem. I have them here on channel 13 on the board. All I did is took number 15, which used to be the on-stage shotgun microphones, moved it over to 13, and that frees up that plug on the stage as well. So now the way that the board is configured is our live stream mix here is actually what's called post fader. In other words, when I mix in the live in the main mix for the house, I am affecting my mix output to the live stream. However, when I adjust it here, it doesn't affect anything in the house. But one way that we can actually perceive this a little bit better is to understand that the mixes here are actually layered underneath the main mix, and it's slave to the main mix, so that when there's a problem and I turn down something in the house, it also turns it down on the live stream. It turns down the amount of signal that feeds to that channel on the live stream. So what that prevents is for me having to make an adjustment here and then remember to go over the live stream and make the same adjustment. It allows me to whatever adjustments I make in the house, it plays into the live stream as well. Now, so that understanding that, then we know that the live stream mix is basically just to create balance between the two. It's never the same in the house as it is in a direct out to a live stream or a recording, because the recording and the live stream doesn't take into account the acoustic nature of the room, so that someone that is speaking loudly can be well heard in the room, but if they're not speaking closely to a microphone, not so much on the live stream. So so basically there has to be a little bit of a different mix for the live stream out, but putting it slave to the main mix means I don't have to make the same adjustment twice. So that being said, since it is set up that way, I do need to run the microphones in the house, and that's fine. The congregational microphones turned up somewhat in the house will actually give me a much more live, especially with these microphones, it'll give me a much more live feeling room, so that people are actually hearing the people in the room louder than what they actually are, which creates a much more lively environment, and people are a lot more prone to sing louder in those environments and things like that. So you can see if I push it up too much, I will get some feedback eventually, but I can actually run it as close to pretty much to zero, and I begin to even hear my own voice in the sound system when I do that. But you get too much of the congregational microphones in the house, even on the live stream as well. It will sound a little airy and weird. You'll begin to hear the air conditioners running, and just so it is a balancing act. You want just enough, but you don't want too much. Too much is as much of a problem as not enough. So so finding that balance both in the house and on the live stream is always key.